What's up guys, it's Will back again, and today's review is the 2013 mystery sci-fi film Coherence. First requested to me by Cole Deansy and written and directed by James Ward Byrkit, Coherence takes place in modern day and follows a group of friends at a dinner party together. But this fun and joyous evening is not like any other for this group of friends. A comet is passing by Earth, so it's a special night. And it also becomes a badly special night as well when things start getting crazy and some unexpected things start happening to this group of friends that send the entire evening into a state of turmoil. With some of the requests that are more, mind-bender type films, which Coherence definitely is, I try to be as vague as possible with the plot summaries that I give you guys. And I think every time I do it, I mention how vague the plot description I just gave you was. But I think this one may just be my vaguest work yet, and for good reason. There's a lot that I could easily spoil for you in this review, so I'm going to be very careful about what I say and how I say it. But nevertheless, I'm probably going to get demonetized for saying this, but this movie is one trippy ass mindfuck. I mean, seriously, I loved it because my brain was moving a mile a minute just trying to make sense of what I was actually seeing. Because the way that the film actually, gradually unravels the thread of the bigger picture, while at the same time adding more suspense and uneasiness to the entire situation, is something that I personally really loved. And I think people who want a film that challenges you will too. Because part of what makes experiences like these fun is the fact that it's interactive. You can't simply be an idle spectator on the sidelines just simply watching things unfold on screen. It's a type of film that seeks to engage you and seeks to have you actively invested and actively involved throughout the entire experience. This is a big part of what I loved about Murder on the Orient Express, albeit a different film than Coherence with a different premise and story obviously, but the focus is still to engage you and have you play a part in the experience. It's almost like a play in that way, where the audience is sort of a key player in the story. That's how it feels, at least. I like this style of filmmaking because I feel like it challenges the audience. It challenges you to think on your feet and think about how you would solve this particularly unique dilemma the characters are faced with. And by doing so, you almost unknowingly begin thinking about bigger themes outside of just the immediate focus of the story. Coherence made me think about human nature, the state of paranoia, how context and specific situations bring out certain traits in certain people. There's a lot to be said for films like this. Because I feel like by providing you more than just entertainment for 2 hours, it's reaching a little bit further and attempting to dig a little bit deeper. In that way, Coherence actually reminded me a little bit of It Comes at Night too. There's some similar themes at play, despite the fact that, the story and the backdrop, I guess you could say, are very different. Something I think will probably go overlooked when people watch Coherence is how immersive the camera work is. When I first started watching, I was like, oh okay, this is a found footage type movie. But it's actually not. It feels like it is because virtually nothing feels like it's shot on a tripod. There's a lot of shaky cam, a lot of awkwardly composed shots that just sort of feel like one of the characters has a camera and he or she is filming the events of the night. I thought that was a very nice touch because in a way it can feel like the cameraman is you. Like you're experiencing this craziness as well, like you're there at that dinner party with them, which obviously further adds to that immersion and engagement that Coherence is obviously shooting for. I was doing some research before formulating this review and I found out that the director didn't actually write a full script. He wrote a 12-page treatment and had the actors do a lot of improvisation work that made the experience feel more natural and more organic. It almost feels unnaturally natural, which is a good thing. I actually kind of figured something like that probably was going on because like I said, it just feels so natural, and the characters felt very realistic to me. I loved how each character had a personality and an identity that made them feel like everyday people trapped in a very odd and peculiar nightmare. I think there's a lot to be said for how little we know about the character's backstory, but how much you'll end up knowing about who they truly are by the end of the film. A large reason for that is because the performances are just so genuine. I very much liked Emily Baldoni's performance in particular. I found her character M to be very likable, and someone that reacted to the continually escalating tension in a way that I think probably many of us would, honestly. Generally though, I think Coherence is a very smart movie with a very clear idea of what it wants to be and what it sets out to achieve. It's obviously bare bones, but it's exciting and thought-provoking, and that's what you're looking for out of this type of mind-bender, simple, low-budget type of film. There's really only one problem I have with it, and it is minor. There's a point in the film where the characters just sort of accept that they understand what's going on and start planning as if it's a reality, although their theory is, I'd say, pretty far out there. This reduced my immersion just a little bit, because I just didn't feel like the characters had the appropriate knowledge at that point in time to be so confident about their theory. On first read, I just found this scene to be a little problematic. As for the pros cons though, as we wrap up, I thought Coherence had a smart, engaging, and exciting story, excellently performed and defined characters, very immersive cinematography, and several thought-provoking themes. As for the cons, just one scene that felt a little too sudden for me. I'm going to give Coherence a 9.5 out of 10, and definitely recommend you check this one out if you're into engaging mystery films and you're looking to be challenged. If so, this one's for you. So have you guys seen Coherence yet? What did you think of it? And if not, let me know why not. But if you have seen it, let me know your theories in the comments below. but just make sure to label your post with a spoiler tag. That's all for now though. This is WillFoxification signing off. See you in the next video.